What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning into the show. We're gonna go ahead and get this show started in just a few moments, and we're definitely gonna talk. We're gonna talk Titans Browns as we get ready for Week 3 in the NFL, and the Titans got to find a way to see about getting this win. Definitely and get to 2-1 on the year. So can the Titans take a bite out of the dog pound? That is the title of the show. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into that. Definitely gonna try to do a show because here in Memphis, of course, we always seem to have a power problem whenever a storm arises, and don't want the power to go out in the middle of the show. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of business here, and make sure y'all share this show out. Make sure y'all get everybody in. I know some people are already in here, and we're going to go ahead and get this show started and get everything going in less than 30 seconds.
Hope you can still go. I never ran, sitting on, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your
Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody? Good evening, Titan Nation and football fans everywhere. Welcome in to TNT tonight. I'm your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, aka The Truth. And we're gonna have a very good show for you on this evening. And first thing I need everybody to do is to go ahead and share this show out. Let everybody come on in and enjoy the show, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And definitely go ahead and share that show out to everybody. Let everybody know where they can come watch the show. Definitely make sure y'all hit that like button, smash that like button, and definitely help me out on that. And as well, if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed already, where have you been? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. Hit that bell and hit all on notifications, so that way you'll know when everything goes live, and then that way you will be a part of the show as well. So definitely come on in. Definitely be glad to have you right here on TNT tonight, and we're definitely getting this show going. Hopefully we're at around 1,300. We're at about 1,350. We're close to 1,350 subscribers. Trying to get on my way to 1,500. So definitely help me out with that. And I definitely do appreciate everybody being a part of this. And we're just going to have a good time and have some fun. Talking Titans. Yeah, definitely talking Titans and Browns. And definitely some news that came out earlier is for the Browns that with that, I mean, that absolutely gruesome injury to Nick Chubb. And also make sure you follow on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, and Apple Podcasts as well. Definitely make sure you do that. But with that absolutely, I mean, gruesome injury to Nick Chubb, who is expected to be out for the rest of the season, for the rest of the year. The Browns have signed veteran Kareem Hunt back to the team on a 1-year deal. So he'll be returning back to the Browns, and will be contributing for them. Maybe not this week, definitely not this week, but he would, he'll definitely be contributing to the team in some capacity. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see how all of that plays out with Kareem Hunt. I mean, they've already the Browns have come out and said they're gonna go with Jerome Ford as their starting running back going forward, at least right now, and everything. And Ford had a pretty nice run against the Cleveland Browns in the game, even though the Steelers came back and won that game 26 to 22. And the Browns, of course, go to 1-1, and so do the Steelers. But Jerome Ford is going to be the starting running back going forward, and just prayers go up. Prayers definitely go up to Nick Chubb and to his family at this time, because I mean, it was so bad. That injury was so bad that the TV crew were like, we can't show it. We cannot show uh the angle from the other side. But I have seen it from the other side, and oh my God, it looked bad. Like the legs should not bend that way. It's not supposed to. And so it just I feel awful for Nick Chubb. And shout out to the Steeler fans as well. They were definitely a class act. As he was getting carted off, the fans started chanting Chubb, 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 and gave him a standing ovation. And I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, because at the end of the day, we're all football fans, but at the same time, you don't wish that type of injury on anybody. You don't. And so, shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and pray that Nick Chubb will be able to fully recover and be able to return next season. But that was just it was gruesome. It was definitely hard to watch and everything. But we're gonna continue to press on here. And I see some of y'all are already here. Lou Man is here. We got Ola Struck, Al Pierce is in the building. Also, super chats are definitely appreciated as well. Goku says 35-13 Titans. Of course, our troll is in here wanting the Browns to win. Of course, he's going to pick against us. And then Goku says Texas 20, Jags 18. So, there's definitely yeah, y'all go after the troll as much as possible. XD Gamer, we got love for you. Appreciate you being here, but we're gonna come after you. We're gonna come after you hard, and we're gonna come after you often. But it's all love. It's all love at the end of the day. The missus of Titans and Truth here, Miss Sunshine Lavender. I appreciate you tuning in for at least a little bit. But let's go ahead and get going with everything that happened. Also, congratulations to Nick Folk, who was named the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Of course, he is a perfect 7 for 7 on field goals and has not missed a kick, either field goal or extra point, yet this season. I am not finna jinx it, but congrats to Nick Folk on winning the AFC Player of the Week for special teams. That's definitely a shout out to the folklore, to the folk hero so far. And I mean, right now he is definitely folking it up in a good way, So whenever we need a big field goal, one thing that happens is we folk up. And that is just definitely a sight to see. It's good to have an actual kicker on the team right now. So definitely congratulations are in store to Nick Folk. Let's see. We're going to get some comments in. We're going to get some comments before we get to the Two-Tone Blue Star of the Week. And definitely want y'all to I see we got DO9 in the building and everything. So I see what's up. And Goku says Big Jeff gets a game-saving sack. We gonna definitely talk about that and everything. Derek Roberts comes in and says, "How injured is Skoransky? This may be more serious than we originally thought." Yeah, right now Skoransky is still going to be out. Saw on Titans Wire. Saw it on Titans Wire that Skoransky's gonna probably be out at least another week as he recovers from an appendectomy that was done. So it says, let's see. Vrabel basically revealed he's unlikely to play in week 3 as he recovers from the appendectomy. That is coming from Mike Vrabel. But also some good news is that Amani Hooker and Christian Fulton are expected to practice. And, we're expected to practice. And I have the... I have the photo if I could bring it up. Yes, Skoransky and Tierre Tart did not practice, along with Luke Gifford and Anthony Kendall. Let's see, Danico, Derrick Henry, which is probably more rest than anything, and Harold Landry limited. And then, of course, Christian Fulton, Amani Hooker, DeAndre Hopkins all practiced. Now, on the other side, guys like Joe Batonio and Myles Garrett got the day off. They did not practice. Amari Cooper did not practice with the groin and shoulder. Greg Newsome didn't practice. Za'Darius Smith did not practice. Let's see. Sean Takitaki limited. Anthony Walker limited. Jedrick Willis the tackle limited. So a couple of names to keep your eye on for the Browns. It could be just because it's a short week that they're resting a few guys. That could be something there when it comes to practice. So at least it looks like Fulton and Hooker are working their way back, which is a good thing because we're gonna need them going into this game. And so Gogu says, I think Watson will get frustrated from our defense. Brown's O-line regressed. I mean, that Brown O-line is still pretty good, even though TJ Watt did do some things in that particular game as I was paying attention to. But let's go ahead and get into what we came here to talk about. AZ Mick, how you doing? We got a lot to get into. A Titan South said, if we keep playing the way we play on offense, win 10, 11 games tops. I expect the Titan to win 10, 11 games anyway. So I think that's going to be the thing about it. Let's see. Rocky Boy, tighten up. What's going on? Titans Rossi in the building. Shout out to Titan Rossi and the Rossi Report. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out as well on the Titan Upload Network. Brandon coming in saying, did the Browns sign Kareem Hunt? Yes, they did. Yes, they signed a 1 year, $4 million, I believe, is the amount. So that's what we got at least right now. But everybody, I want y'all to get in your two-tone blue Star of the Week nominees. Who are the guys that you think stepped up and played well in this game to get the win? You could go with you could definitely go with Ryan Tannehill. If you want, you could definitely go with Traylon Burks with the big catch. You can go with the combination of Big Jeff and Harold Landry getting timely sacks, Danico Autry as well. Nick Folk could definitely get a look. Definitely. So who is your two-tone blue Star of the Week? Definitely want to get your nominees out here. Lou Man is going with Stonehouse and Burks. Of course, Derek Roberts going with Nick Folk and Penny Hill. Of course, talking about Ryan Tannehill, and I get why, because he hasn't, excuse me, may have not completely earned everybody's trust back just yet. Um, let's see, Al Orlestra go with Harold Landry. Going with Harold Landry. I like that pick. DO9. DO9 is definitely looking at the glass half empty. I mean, DO9 is just down today. Says offense is hard to watch. It's not going to get any better this week. Brandon go with Burks. Set up the first touchdown. O-line improved as the game went along. Ian go with Pretty Boy Kelly, as in Tim Kelly. Nominee, and I think Derek Roberts going the same thing. Tim Kelly is getting creative, somewhat aggressive in play calling, no dumb screens or passes for loss. Tim Kelly went back to the basics. They said, have y'all winning in week 7. Yeah, so you could jinx us. Yeah, I see where you're going with that. I have to admit, I can like where some of y'all are going. I mean, Harold Landry, definitely, is glad to have him back on the field, got his first sack. Big Jeff definitely doing his thing as well. But I think the two-tone blue star of the week, I like where some of y'all are going. I'm going to go with Tim Kelly because I think Tim Kelly is not making the predictable moves. Now, I am starting to slowly see why there are times Derrick Henry's not on the field and things like that. It's not so much that they're trying to go away from him. It is that they're trying to spare him, so that way he's not, carrying that bulk load all the time and is getting worn down as the game goes on. I mean, although Derrick Henry, as I've always said, is a superhuman and is a guy that is not built regularly. He is not a normal human being. And so I will say, I'm going to give a co-star. Tim Kelly definitely deserves the star of the week because he did call a nice game after, and getting that big pass to Burks definitely helped spur get it. Basically, that bomb to Burks jump started the entire team on that one. I think it woke everybody up. And then you got to go with Nick Folk as well. Nick Folk definitely deserves the star of the week love as well, because I mean the guy is absolutely perfect so far. So Tim Kelly and Nick Folk definitely is our two-tone blue stars of the week, and I see why now XD Gamer want to say that. I'm picking y'all in week 7 because that's our bye week. Y'all pick y'all on y'all bye week too. That might be the only time you actually do win a game. Y'all lost to the Chiefs. So, that's cool. RK went with Folk and Burks. Ty South says our defense is going to keep us in a lot of games. I definitely do agree with that. So I definitely do like that. But Dion says, this offense don't never look good. I do like Tim Kelly. Where is a consistent Burks at? And that's what we need. We need consistency everywhere. I mean, and here's the thing. I know a lot of people were like, oh my God, this was Tannehill's redemption game. Tannehill is back. Tannehill is good again. And I got to tell people, pump your brakes. Just like a lot of y'all were telling me, it's only 1 week truth. It's only week 1 truth. We still got a long season to go. I'm going to say that to all the Tannehill lovers out there. It's just 1 week. It was just 1 game. Tannehill, yes, he did good. But there were still times he held the ball entirely too long and took unnecessary sacks that were his fault. Because there was one in particular where he was rolling back about 10 yards. You know, he had time to throw the ball away and did not, and got the sack and had to be forced to punt out of the end zone. So Tannehill did good, but I'm not ready to say Tannehill is redeemed. So pump your brakes on that if you don't mind. But wherever there is a star of the week, there is a dunce of the day as well. So, you know, who was the dunce of the day? Who didn't play well in this game? See, RK says you got to play Spears more, opens up different options for the opposing defense to think about. And yes, because, you know, you can't automatically assume when Spears comes in the game, it's going to be a passing play because they will run him up in between the tackles or run him the ball at times too. Johnny Bell says Jags are trash, definitely not ready, and they were completely shut down Sunday. Tannehill looks good with a clean pocket. Tim understands his strengths and weaknesses, have to be balanced on offense. And Tannehill did look good. I mean, he was perfect on play action. He was definitely perfect on play action. And that is you know, that is a good thing because play action is going to be something that is going to be very important for this offense. You know, we're going to need that. And Ola Struck, you are absolutely right. I do see the story. There was a trade. Cam Akers, running back formerly of the LA Rams, going to Minnesota, and they're swapping 2026 draft picks. That is according to Jordan Schultz coming out. So a trade has indeed been made, and Adam Schefter has also mentioned it. So Ola Struck, good job putting that out there. Cam Akers going to the Vikings in a trade. So that's very interesting. Lou Man going with Trayvon Wesco. Very interesting dunce of the day there. Let's see. Tights Out says, for real, never liked the Wesco signing. Is a bad Swaim 2.0. Brandon said, Akers in Minnesota still doesn't equal winning. Let's see. Tights Out says, we haven't really seen what Wiley could do, to be honest. And that's true. We really have not seen what Josh Wiley could actually do yet. And we really just haven't opened it up to Chig yet, but I think we are getting there. Brandon said, whoever let Keenan Allen wide open. One part will be Trey Avery, even though Sean Murphy Bunting also got beat on the deep pass as well. We got Big Dawg. What up, everybody? JS75, Tannehill needs to learn how to not hold on to the ball. Reminds me of Marcus. I mean, that's a valid point. Ian says Xavier Newman. Dang. Xavier Newman, yeah. Xavier Newman sucked in only 2 series before he got pulled for Dylan Radins. And Dylan Radins, I mean, for all intents and purposes, his first game back since last December, where he tore his ACL, didn't do too bad. Didn't do too bad at all. Pig Wickle, what's up with you? Welcome in. So I'm going to say the dunce of the day, I definitely like Trayvon Wesco. That dude sucks, I tell you. he stinks because, I mean, first play from scrimmage, he gets a false start in against New Orleans. Then he had a false start in this game, and he drops a major pass, which could have kept the drive going, which would have been an easy pitch and catch for anybody else. But for Wesco, I mean, he is a horrible version of Jeff Swain. I would rather have Jeff Swain right now, honestly. So, I mean, Jeff Swain would be a better option than Trayvon Wesco right now. I mean, he is terrible. Terrible. And everything. So that is turning out not to be a very good signing. But some other guys we can talk about. Let's go into stock up, stock down from this game. Players that I believe stocks have went up, and players I believe whose stocks have went down. And let's start with stock up, and let's see if y'all agree with my choices. Here's a couple of guys who I believe their stocks have went up. Number one, I gotta go with Nick Folk. Nick Folk is turning out to be a gem, a diamond in the rough. I really do think that Nick Folk might be one of the best signings the Titans have had in the last couple of years. He is literally saving our special teams right now. So I definitely think his stock is definitely up. As much as I would like to hate on Tannehill, he had a good game yesterday. So I got to say, Ryan Tannehill's stock is starting to go up a little bit. So I do have to give him that. Treylon Burks, his stock has went up. His stock has went up, because he's going to be the number one receiver going forward in the future after DeAndre Hopkins is gone and at some point. Now, I ain't saying DeAndre Hopkins going to be gone yet because I think he's still going to produce at a big-time level. So I definitely do like Treylon Burks. He's just got to stay healthy. If he stay healthy, and he could definitely produce. I definitely like Treylon Burks a lot. Harold Landry coming back with his first sack of the year at a great time. I mean, he had the big sack. He had a big sack on in the fourth quarter that kicked him, that forced the field goal, and that took us to overtime. Big Jeff had the big sack in overtime. So that's pretty major there. But I like Harold Landry. And I'm going to say Dylan Radins because he stepped in a pinch. For Xavier Newman, who was absolutely terrible in his 2 series. And he may have not been great, but I think he was pretty decent. And so it makes you wonder, and I know Andre Dillard has been kind of struggling a little bit, and it makes you wonder what's going to happen when Skoronski returns. Do you put Dylan Radins at left tackle? Do you put Skoronski at left tackle and leave Dylan Radins at guard? But I think you could move Dylan Radins to left tackle, put Skoronski at guard, and still everything could be okay. Or you could put Dylan Radins at right tackle instead of Chris Hubbard. I mean, Chris Hubbard has had his good moments as well, but Dylan Radins could be that swing guy. And I think he's definitely, he looked good. Not great, but still pretty good. I know a few other people, Ian and RK mentioned Tajay Spears stop being up, and I definitely do agree with that. I could definitely see that. Paulie D brings up another guy. What about NWI? Taking advantage as the number 3 receiver. I mean, NWI, all he's doing is catching footballs. And I mean, I got to give him some credit on that. Big Dog says Amani Hooker might play Sunday. Yeah, he's in concussion protocol right now, and he's got to practice and get through that and everything. So if he can get through that, then he'll be able to play. Let's see. D09 says Tajay might be taking a running back one soon. Nah, not yet. Not yet. JS75 says, I leave Chris Hubbard at right tackle and get MPF some reps. And MPF did play a lot of left tackle in college. He also plays some right tackle as well. So I definitely do give you that. But whose stock also was down, in y'all opinion? Here are a couple of mine who I thought stocks went down a little bit. First off, Xavier Newman. He stinks. He sucks. He should never, ever be on the field ever again. Maybe as a backup, but he should be cut immediately, honestly. Trayvon Wesco, as we mentioned before, the dunce of the day, sucks badly. Andre Dillard, a guy that, in a way, struggles. He does get a little bit better as the game goes on, but Andre Dillard has got to help communicate better, especially when those twists are involved. And the offensive line has got to be able to communicate, because a lot of teams are going to try to do those Texas twists on them and get them confused, because that's what's given the offensive line trouble so far. Trey Avery, he got picked on quite a bit in this game, and I said this on my recap show. I would have picked on him too. So his stock has went down a little bit. And then Azeez Al-Shire, his stock is going down, not necessarily for play on the field, but for the penalties. He had a bad 15-yard penalty against the Saints, and he had a bad 15-yard penalty here, which set up a touchdown for the Chargers. So he's got to stop with the penalties. But who are some of the guys that you thought stocks were down? I saw Lou Man with Luke. See them play much, so really can't say stock down on them because I haven't really seen them play much. But Wesco stock down from JS75. Is Xavier your new, I'm guessing you're talking about Dennis the Dud Daly. Right now, yes. Although Andre Dillard is trying to give him a little run for his money, but Xavier Newman has that one in a landslide. The Chargers were targeting him like a mofo, talking about Trey Avery. Hopefully Fulton comes back. And Kendall Vilder, who we got in from the Bears, I'm surprised he's not in there a lot more instead of Trey Avery. I don't know what's up with that. He has a little bit more experience. That's very interesting. Titan South says, what's going on with Colton Dowell? He's been a healthy scratch. He's been inactive. Big Dog over Arden Key. And I don't know if you're talking stock down, but he didn't register a sack, so I could definitely see that being the case. Sean Murphy-Bunting got burnt, but he had a key defensive play in overtime. Yeah, that's true. Brandon says Azeez Al-Shire playing physical, maybe a little too physical at times. Big Dog says Hopkins is fully healed. He may play really good on Sunday. I hope he does. We're going to need him. Paulie D says whole offensive line stock down. Speed receiver, we don't have any. I agree. Paulie D says that 71 is a curve. 71 might be like the 10 it could be a curse. It could definitely be a curse on that. But that's it for stock up and stock down. Definitely appreciate everybody's participation on that, but we're going to definitely keep going. Again, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and also hit that like button, and also download on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts as well. Definitely do that. But let's go ahead and get into this Browns matchup, as they're coming in at 1-1. We're 1-1, and the Browns open up as a 3.5-point favorite at home in the Dog Pound. So can the Titans take a bite out of the Dogs? So that's going to be the question. And if we take a look at some of the stats from the Browns, they're 1-1. They finished 7-10 last year. They finished 7-10 last year, and they didn't finish very well in the AFC North. Now these are the stats for right now. So far this season, the Browns are 17th in points per game, sixth best offense in the league, first running the football, but that was because of Nick Chubb. But now Nick Chubb is out. That number could go down quite a bit. But passing the ball, they're 26th. So excuse me now. So that's offensively. They build off of the run. But now their key cog in the running game is out for the remainder of the year. That's going to be tough to replace. Jerome Ford is going to be in there. Definitely a decent back, but he's not Nick Chubb. Definitely could say that. On the other side, on the defensive side, they are one of the best defenses in the league for a reason. They're second in the league, second scoring defense in the league. They are top 5 in every category so far. Actually, they're top 3 in every category so far. Points per game given up, second best scoring defense in the league so far. Second total defense in the league so far. Tied for third along with the Titans in run defense, and in their third against the pass. Offensively, you got to talk about Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper now. Those are going to be two guys you definitely got to watch out for. And, of course, we're going to get into the defense. They have a stout defense led with Myles Garrett. Also, Zadarius Smith, if he plays. You got guys like Maurice Hurst and Shelby Harris up front. And Dalvin Tomlinson as well. So, Browns are deep defensively, as well as in the secondary with Denzel Ward. And we don't know if Greg Newsome is going to be available because he, came out with an injury as well. And then, of course, you got Grant Delpit from LSU, one of their very, very good safeties as well. So this Browns defense is really good. Really, really good. So this Browns team it's going to be a tough game. Titans South says 23-15 Titans. Titans defense should outplay Browns offense. We need to score at least 17. Brandon says strength versus strength, blood and guts game. And I kind of like the way he's going with that. We'll definitely see if the weather comes into play on that. Yeah, if Austin Eckler had played, it might have would have made things a little bit difficult. Paulie D says Browns going down, no Nick Chubb with the bright spot to the offense. Now, I'm not going to go completely there just yet, but let's talk about that in my Blue Enforcer 4 points to victory. How can the Titans get a win in this situation? So, point number 1. Offensively, we have to be patient, but not afraid. So we have to strategically attack this Browns defense. Take what they give you. And, there can be some holes in their zone coverage. So, you may be able to find those open spots. And as the game went on later in the game, Kenny Pickett was able to find George Pickens. He found him for a big 70-yard touchdown in the middle of the field. So, that's definitely something Hopkins and Burks might be able to take advantage of. So, definitely, be patient. Take what the defense gives you. Don't be afraid. But also, you got to take care of the football. You cannot be afraid to go at these guys. Yes, Myles Garrett is a monster. He is an absolute monster. Had 16 sacks last season. 16 sacks. And so, he is really, he is great at the point of attack. So Andre Dillard and Chris Hubbard are going to have their work cut out for them, without a doubt on that. So definitely attack this defense, but you got to be strategic in doing that. Garrett already has a sack on the year already. And so he's going to be a problem. You're going to have to focus on him. Number 2, hold the line. Basically saying the same thing. Offensive line has got to hold the line. You protect Tannehill, give Henry and Spears room to run, and just hold together. That's what we're going to have to do. Hold together. That's going to be the key. Tight South said we may have to beat them through the passing game. They're probably not going to allow us. They're going to definitely try not to allow us to run the football. Tight South says, I sense a scoop and score from the Titans. Big Dog is right. Just don't turn the ball over. I don't know. Deshaun Watson murdered us one time. But definitely, you got to hold the line. You got to hold up against this defensive line that is very, very good. Number 3. Defensively, we have got to limit the big play. We have got to limit the big play because we've had trouble doing that so far this season. We gave up a couple of big plays to Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. But we also gave a big play to Keenan Allen, and him and Mike Williams was kind of getting all they wanted. They combined for 16 catches, almost 200 yards on us. So we've got to limit the big plays as much as possible on that, and keep things in front of us, and not let Amari Cooper or David Bell get behind us. So you definitely got to keep guys in front. David Njoku is another guy. He's an athletic tight end and everything. So you have got to limit those big plays. And then number 4, last but not least, offensively and defensively, but particularly defensively, you have got to be in attack mode all day long. Do not let up. Get after Deshaun Watson. Keep him in the pocket. Do not give him any lanes to escape or to get out and try to gain some yards with his legs. Definitely close everything in around him. Be sound in tackling, because we did miss some tackles against the Chargers. Got to clean that up. And just be Nashville nasty. Be those Broadway bullies. And get after them. And that's what you got to do. If you could do that, we definitely stand a very good chance of winning this game. Derek Roberts said, do you think we should utilize shotgun packages more? I know we do a lot of success off of play action, maybe some play action shotgun. I mean, I think we definitely use that quite a bit. And we also, we definitely use the pony formation, lining up Spears and Henry at the same time. So that could definitely be something that we have to do. Cumberland Crush. I like that too. I definitely like that as well. So those are my Blue Enforcer 4 points to victory. Again, I'm going to go over them one more time with everybody. Number 1, be patient but not afraid. Number 2, hold the line. Number 3, limit the big plays, the X plays. And then number 4, be in attack mode all day long. Do not give in. Do not give up. JS75, our next 4 games are going to be tough. I mean, a lot of people said our first 6 games were going to be tough. You know, you had the first 2 with the Saints and the Chargers. Now you got the Browns, Bengals, Ravens, and even the Colts. So we got to definitely do that. Lou Man say he like number 4, be in attack mode all day. I agree. So, XD Gamer says Dalvin Tomlinson. I mentioned him. They are deep on the defensive line. Absolutely. So we got to watch out for those guys. But at the end of the day, here's my pick. I think it's going to be an ugly football game. And you know ugly football games tend to favor us. We like to play ugly. Ugly is our style. Ugly is our way. And I think that's how the Tennessee Titans are going to get this done. And I think they're going to win this game 17-13. I think the Titans win this game and they go on to 2-1. Let me get some of y'all predictions. I know some of you have already given your predictions. Brandon going 24-17. Titan South says, I see Moss. I see Burks mossing Ward. We're definitely going to see about that. Hopefully this offense can get in an early rhythm. They've come out flat. I agree. DO9 says, stop picking us. I mean, I'm being honest. I picked us to beat the Browns, and I'm gonna continue with that. Titan South says 23-13. Of course, XD Gamer is picking against us, and he's a Jags fan, y'all. Forgive him. He know not what he do. That much is true. But again, definitely prayers up to Nick Chubb, to his family. You know, hopefully he has a speedy recovery and will be able to come back next season and everything. So definitely prayers up for him. Cam Akers got traded to Minnesota in a swap for some draft picks in 2026. I'm trying to think if there's any news that I'm missing. I don't think there is. So I'm just trying to see if there's any new news that has come out. But I don't really have a blue bombshell tonight. I really don't. As far as anything just coming out in the sports world has concern. Definitely going to be making sure y'all stay tuned definitely for Down to the T this Friday night. We're going to definitely preview some games. We're definitely going to talk some big games that are going to be happening in college football this week here locally. You got, of course, you got the Memphis Tigers They're going to be in action. They're going to be in Missouri, taking on the Missouri Tigers in St. Louis. I really hate I can't make it up for that game. I really would have liked to have been there for that game. That is at 6:30. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch some of that and see if Memphis can pull off the victory. So definitely good luck to Memphis, Tennessee. They got a rebound as well. From the loss to Florida. They got to play Texas San Antonio. Probably a game where they'll take some frustrations out on UTSA. Of course, Ole Miss, Alabama's a big game. Vanderbilt and Kentucky. Vanderbilt has lost a couple in a row. They're playing the 3-0 Kentucky Wildcats. So we got to look at that. Arkansas and LSU playing as well. So we definitely got to look at that. Mississippi State, South Carolina. Just a couple of other games going on as well. And with MTSU, they're playing Colorado State on Saturday night as well. So definitely stay tuned for Down to the T as we do talk. We're definitely going to be talking a lot of college football. And then also the Truth League Report will be on Friday night as well. I will, of course, make my week 3 picks for this week. And so we're definitely going to be tuning in for that. We're definitely going to try to do Down to the T. We're going to try to do Down to the T around 6 o'clock. And then we're going to do the Truth League Report immediately after that. So probably, I would say around 7, we'll definitely do, I'm sorry, I take that back. About 5:30, we're going to do the Truth League Report. And then 6:30, we're going to do the Truth League Report where I pick games. 5:30 will be Down to the T. So definitely do that and everything. So, JS75 says, I'm watching. The game got Ole Miss beating Alabama. We're definitely going to talk about that a little bit more. So, everybody, yes, actually, thank you for bringing that up, Ian. There was some news out of the NFL. The Bears defensive coordinator, Alan Williams, resigned. And, just out of the blue. And he also mentioned where his house was raided by the FBI. Not sure exactly what happened there. I'll definitely try to get some more information. Definitely get some more information on that. Dashville Tube says, what do you think about our new stadium that's coming? I love it. I can't wait. I'm definitely going to get my season tickets back when that new stadium opens. So I am going to be a season ticket holder again. And I'll be glad to go to that stadium and not have to worry about weather. So even if it's raining, even if it's super cold, super hot, if it's raining on the way up, that's fine because we'll be indoors. And I am perfectly happy with that. But everybody, I think that's going to just about do it for TNT tonight. Again, I thank everybody for tuning in. I thank everybody for helping me get to over 1,300 subscribers. Let's get to 1,500. Let's get there. Again, everybody that's tuned in, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Again, my name is Blue Enforcer, a.k.a. The Truth. I thank y'all for tuning into the show, and I hope everybody has a very, very good rest of your day, rest of your Wednesday, and I will see y'all on Friday for Down to the T and the Truth League Report. And as always, unlike XD Gamer, tighten up, because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all.